Good morning watch fans, today we're going to be talking about the current prices of the Rolex Submariner. We're going to be looking at the current market prices of the Rolex Submariner. We're going to be looking today at the grey market prices, and we're also going to be looking at the AD prices for retail. We're going to be seeing which Rolex Submariner is the best for flipping, which is the best for investment, and which is the best for just plain buying and having a good deal. So the first watch we're going to be looking at is the Rolex Submariner Date. The reference is 122610LN. Now this watch is one of my favourite Rolexes there is, full stop. I think the Submariner Date is just elegant, it's classy, it can be worn on any occasion. You can wear it for dressing up, you can wear it dressing down, you can wear it to work. It is just one of my favourite all-time watches. Now the current retail price of this watch is £8,650 UK pounds. Now this is if you're lucky enough to get it from an authorised dealer. Now a lot of the prices today, I'm looking at Chrono24, so I'm going to be using sort of their price guide and what they're trading between on that website. Now when you look at the grey market prices for the Rolex Submariner, they're trading between 12,300 to round about 12,900, early 13s. This is for the 2023 model. Now, if you're lucky enough to get one of these from an AD, then if you're a flipper, this is a great watch to get hold of. Now, you're going to make a few £1,000s on this watch straight off as you walk out the door. Now, if you are somebody who's trying to buy this because it's a watch they like or it's a watch they want to enjoy and it's just their favourite watch and they don't want to build up their spend with the AD, then getting it from the grey market is not going to bust the bank. Now, today we're looking at just current production Rolexes and the Submariner models, but if you could pick up an older model, maybe a pre-ceramic, you can get these at a very good price. And again, the Submariner Date is one of my favourite watches. Leading on then to the Submariner No Date, which is reference 124060. Now the No Date tends to trade about £1,000 under the Submariner Date. So if you're lucky enough to pick one of these up from an authorised dealer, you're going to be looking at about £7,700. On the grey market, again, they're retailing between £10,700 to about £11,600 on Chrono24. So again, if you're a flipper, you might be able to make a little bit of money on this, but watching and speaking to a lot of sort of grey market dealers, a lot of them are more interested in the Submariner Date. So if you are a flipper and you are looking to try and sort of make a bit of money on a watch, you want to be asking your AD for a Submariner Date. But there is also a huge market of people that like the Submariner No Date. Again, it's a nod back to the classic original Submariner, and it's just a very clean look if that's what you're into. Moving on next to the Submariner Starbucks. So the Starbucks, obviously the black dial green bezel version of the Submariner. The reference is 126610LV. The Submariner now retailing at £9,100. This watch is a watch that if you get it from an authorised dealer, again, it probably won't be the first watch you're going to be offered. But if you can pick it up from an authorised dealer, you're looking to be selling this on the grey market between £14,300 and £15,200. Now this is a great watch, it's a very nice piece. Again, green is a colour that I absolutely love. Again, it's a nod and a homage to Rolex itself with the green. So the Starbucks is definitely a watch I would be looking for if I was a flipper. Also, if you can pick this up now at retail, low 13s, that is a steal. So if you can pick this watch up on the second-hand market at about 13,000, whether you can get a 2023 model for that price, I'd be quite sceptical. But like I said, I'm going for the current market retail prices that are in production at the moment. But if you can get an older model of the Starbucks, you can definitely pick it up for closer to £13,000. Moving on next to the steel and gold with the blue dial and blue bezel. This is also known as the Bluesy. Reference number 126613LB. Now this is the steel and gold model. Obviously this model now is a very lovely, elegant summer piece, I think. It's nice and bright and it's a nice Submariner. But this Submariner is retailing at £13,150. Recently now, this Submariner seems to be the one that a lot of people are getting offered at ADs. So there's sort of an overabundance of these watches. So looking on again, Chrono 24, these watches are sort of retailing between £15,000 and £16,000. But a lot of grey market dealers are not paying above list for this. What you've got to remember is some of these watches now where we're looking at the Chrono 24 is what people are selling them for. It's not what dealers are buying them for. So if you're looking now to try and get this watch and flip it, the chances are there's not going to be a lot of profit. You might be able to get it to get your spend up, and you might be able to get it and sort of break even on this watch. But if you're looking at it as an investment piece, I would not be buying it. But that being said, if you are someone who just wants this watch and you don't want to go through the hassle of going through authorised dealers, you don't want to go on the list, you don't want to be waiting, you don't want to be getting your spend up, you can buy this watch pretty close to retail price. So if this is your dream watch and this is the Rolex Submariner that you really love, and also there's a precious metal model, you can get this pretty close to retail. So it is a good deal if you're someone who wants to just enjoy this watch and keep it and wear it. It is a good deal for those sort of customers. Moving on next to the full gold black dial, black bezel Submariner. So the full gold version of the Submariner. Reference number 126618LN. Now this is retailing at £32,900. Personally, it is not my favourite model. I'm not a massive fan of full gold Submariners. The only sort of full gold watches I quite like are the day dates, but that's personal preference. If this is the watch for you, retailing at £32,900, and on the grey market it is being sold between £34,375 to £36,995 on Chrono 24. Now, if you are buying this watch, chances are, if you're a flipper, you're not going to make much money on it. Chances are you'll be being offered under retail for this watch. If you're being offered under retail and you're a flipper and you're trying to make some money on this watch, it is not a good deal. Personally, if this is a watch that you want to enjoy and you want to buy, you're never going to get offered this as your first Rolex from an AD. So you're better off going to the grey market and probably paying a couple of £1,000 over list, which is again going to save you money in the long run because you're not going to have to get your spend up and you're not going to be potentially buying Rolex watches that you do not want to be buying. You want to get the watch that you really want. If this is the watch for you, I would advise you to go to the grey market and buy this watch because it is a steal being close to retail, especially for a full gold model, full precious metal. Again, go grey market, don't flip it. Looking at the full gold blue dial, blue bezel, reference 126618LB. Now the full gold with blue dial and blue bezel is retailing at £32,900, same as the full gold black bezel and dial. Now this one is retailing on the grey market between £35,000 and £37,000, high 37s. But like I said, grey market dealers are not buying them off you for the price that you're seeing them on Chrono 24. So if you're looking to flip this watch, chances are again, you're not going to be being offered much over list, if over list at all. A lot of grey market dealers then need to make obviously their profit on the watches, so they're not going to be offering you high amounts of money for this watch. So again, if you're a flipper, I advise you not to be buying this watch to flip. If you're someone who wants to enjoy the watch, and again, you don't want to get your spend up with Rolex, you're not being offered these watches, go to the grey market because you can probably pick one up, if not a 23 model, an earlier model for a low price relative to a lot of Rolex models. You can get this so close to retail that it is worth going grey market rather than going through the whole charade of trying to get them off your authorised dealer. Moving on lastly to the white gold blue bezel black dial Blueberry. This is reference number 126619LB. Now the white gold is again very, very subtle because it looks like a steel model, but you know it's precious metal. The weight of this watch will tell its weight in gold, literally. Because this is a white gold model, you don't see the precious metal, but you know you're wearing it. Obviously the black dial now is the giveaway between this and the Bluesy. The blue bezel and black dial is a very elegant piece. It is the current production model of the white gold Submariner. This now is retailing at £35,300. Now, unfortunately, this watch is trading under list in the grey market. On Chrono24 is trading between £33,000 and £36,000. Now, if you're buying this to flip, I advise you not to. It's not a watch that is going to be flippable and be profitable. But if it's a watch that you want to purchase and enjoy, again, I highly recommend going grey market. But more and more people are being offered this watch on retail. Maybe not for their first watch, but maybe for a second or third, because the price is coming down. There's a lot of them in circulation, a lot of them coming onto the grey market. That's what's driving the price down. So if you're getting this offered at retail and you want to flip it, then I'd advise you not to. If you're wanting to just wear and enjoy this watch, you might be able to pick it up under list from a grey market dealer. So all the watches we looked at today are on current Rolex Submariner production models. So all of these models you could potentially pick up from an AD. Whether you get offered these models from an AD is a different story. So like I said, some of these models, great buys for flippers. Some of these models, great buys for investors. Some of these now are great buys for buyers on the grey market. If you want a Rolex that is close to list price and you don't want to be buying at a premium, then some of these watches are a great buy. So if you're looking to flip now and you're a flipper, the ones I'd advise you to sort of be seeking from an AD are the Submariner Date, Submariner No Date, the Submariner Starbucks. If you're someone now who just wants to get a great deal and a watch that you can wear and enjoy close to retail price but without paying a premium, I advise you to be going to the grey market for the Submariner Bluesy, the steel and gold blue bezel, blue dial. I advise you to go for the full gold Submariner, black dial, black bezel. I advise you to go for the Submariner full gold blue dial, blue bezel. And I advise you to go for the Submariner white gold Blueberry. That's with the blue bezel and black dial. Those are the watches I advise you to go to the grey market rather than sort of fighting your way through the AD's rigmarole of building your spend and sort of bending over backwards to please them. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. There's a bit of an insight of the current market prices for the Rolex Submariner. Please like and subscribe.